SMT Nation, we back. Nation, it looks like more and more reports are coming out here, articles making the rounds through the media. Ookla speed test report for the first half of this year is out. The data is here. Let's take a look at it. This one in particular, Droid Life, provide their story. Link will be in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe if you're new here. And let's turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, titled from Kellen. Ookla's latest speed test report says T-Mobile remains king. Dated from today, July 17th, 2024. All right, we all know the Un-carrier has been building out this, incredible 5G UC ultra capacity layer to their network, and it's continuing to be a shining spot in all these like third-party, data collections. And actually, there's just a couple of things in particular I want to take a look at. And actually, we'll look at their summary. T-Mobile posted speeds of 205 megabits per second. Verizon and AT&T barely reaching the 100 megabit per second mark. Slightly closer in 5G speeds between T-Mobile at 228, Verizon at 191, AT&T falling further behind at 131. Okay, so let's take a look at that data. Okay, so this is the actual speed testing that we'll look at. Okay, so we got T-Mobile at the top at 205.98 megabits per second. Verizon at 112, AT&T at 107. This is overall network. This is just the speed score. All right, so the LTE networks, the legacy networks of AT&T and Verizon, really bringing down their numbers. And actually, to be more specific, AT&T having lesser of the mid-band pops of 5G and having their DoD and C-band on air in more places, that's really what's preventing them from getting higher score. So they're at 107 overall. They're at like 130 something with the on the 5G side. So it's they have a lot of low band where their 5G signals and stuff like that. So that's why, and that's why we don't get excited about low band 5G, because you can get the same results out of LTE. Anyways, that's a story for another day. Here's where things really make a difference for Verizon. They're at 112 megabits for their overall score, but they're like at 190 megabits for their 5G score. Now, they have a lot less in low-band 5G pops, but they have a lot more on the mid-band 5G pops. That's the C-band N77 piece, really boosting their score. And then for T-Mobile, they're at 205 overall, and what did they say? It was like 228 for their overall network, for their 5G network. So, this tells us something I think that's important to note. Depending on how your overall network is, can bring down your score or boost your score if you got more 5G, wider channels of 5G, with deeper bandwidth. So that's an interesting thing. Here's the consistency score from Ookla: 86% for T-Mobile, 83% for Verizon, and then almost 81% for AT&T. So it kind of coincides with, I think, if you have more capacity, you get more consistency when evaluating data networks. This obviously does not take into account calling. This does not take into account the reliability of a text message to be sent. Nothing like that. These are just data networks. So you can clearly see the more capacity you have, the more consistent your network can be. Okay? I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion just because a network's fast, it's reliable, but it's more likely to be reliable if it has enough capacity. I think that's what we take away from it. All right, anything else that's notable from this report? We'll do a deeper dive. I've got a couple more videos. I want to do a couple of, teardowns here on some of the elements of it, but I just wanted to get this out to you guys and share with you some of this. But with respect to the 100 cities that Ookla considers in their testing reports, T-Mobile won 73, Verizon took 6, AT&T took the crown in a single city. If you notice the discrepancy in numbers, that's because the results were inconclusive and too close. Okay, so, and if you guys want to see anything else about this particular report, you could just Google search Ookla T-Mobile. You'll see the media loves them some T-Mobile when it comes to these reports. So you'll find all types of, articles being written about their dominance and all of those things. So we've seen root metric scores. We've seen, ookla, open signal. We follow all these and we take them into account as we evaluate how well the networks are being built. But I think it goes to show you T-Mobile was very far ahead, right? You see T-Mobile has Verizon nipping at their heels. We'll talk about that more in a different video. And AT&T has a lot of work to do. That's the vibes I'm getting. What are the vibes you getting? Sound off in the comment section below. You're all the voice of the people. The SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.